Alright guys, probably the most important part of LeadBlasta is that we can generate leads and we can build our email list. So what you can see in here is the email services that we can work with. At the moment we've got Aweber, we've got MailChimp, we've got BirdSend. That's the same people behind Zaxa that's behind BirdSend. MailerLite is very, very good service as well. And here we have SendFox as well. Out of all of these, I like SendFox. It's owned by the same people as AppSumo and BuzzSumo and SumoMe, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of other email marketing services or softwares, but it costs just $49 one time, and for $49 you can add up to 5,000 subscribers. Okay, if you want more than that, then you just stack the offer over on AppSumo. I will put a link underneath. Okay, so for example, I used to have Aweber and I paid something like $200 per month for having about 20,000 people on my email list. In fact, it was less. It was about 13 or 15,000 at that time. I moved over after that to MailerLite, which is very, very good, except for they don't like internet marketing promotions direct to sales pages, so you have to put a bridge page and stuff, and I found that a little bit harder to work with, although my email list grew really, really fast with MailerLite because they've actually got some really nice landing pages and all that kind of stuff in there as well, and they're not too expensive, much cheaper than Aweber and GetResponse, etc. And then I moved over to BirdSend. BirdSend is owned by the same people as Zaxa.com, and I like Zaxa.com. It's a fantastic platform for selling your digital products. I think it's far better than JVZoo or Warrior Plus. I like it so much that when BirdSend came out, I jumped on it, and that cost only $49 for 20,000 people in your email list. And then SendFox came out, and they had a deal on AppSumo, and I stacked it. Okay, so for $200 one time, I can add up to 20,000 people in here into my SendFox account. Okay, and I never have to pay any money again. Okay, it's as simple as that. That's really, really, really good. So if I go over into SendFox right now, you can see, if I come into my lists, that I've got 345 people in my little YouTube SEO checklist, which is the case study we're running for LeadBlasta. And I'll just open that up so you can see what the app looks like. But here's what's important about that, is that it's only 10 days old, this since we put the opt-in, since we created this list and put the opt-in actually on the app itself. So what it is essentially is an opt-in lock. You cannot get to the content until you submit your email, and it converts like crazy. Okay, really converts like crazy. You have to do all your work basically here to convince people that this is something they want to install. Then when they go to install it, you force the opt-in. Okay, and everything is white hat, everything is above board, everything has been approved from manual checks in the Chrome extension web store as well. Okay, so let's come back over into LeadBlasta, and you can see we have these 5 services right now. We will add some more as well. We need to put in some others like GetResponse and Market Hero, etc. If you have any requests for that, then you can let us know. I highly recommend SendFox. Okay, you don't have any confusing SMTP stuff to do. You don't have any third-party stuff that you need to integrate. For example, some of those one-time offers you've got to integrate with SendGrid, and then you've got to go and pay over there for X amount of emails on Mailgun or Amazon S3. There's extra costs, there's extra setup. It's confusing as hell. Okay, this is just straight out of the box. It works. Okay, so you get your integration done with LeadBlasta. Now, if you go to integrate, for example, you click on SendFox, it will tell you what to do. Log into your account, go to your account API, create the personal access token, copy the token in here, click on save, you're done. Really that quick. If you want to do it with Aweber, you click here and it will take you to some authorization. You click a button and it's done. And you can see, log in, authorize it, it's done. Same for the other ones as well. They're all very easy. We've tested them ourselves in our own account here. Okay, so with the emails, using the email opt-in itself, it's very, very easy. If I come over into my apps, okay, I've got some options here. I can go into my actions and I can go and edit email subscribers, which I will open in a new window. Okay, this is the settings for the email opt-in for this specific app, okay? And you can see what the current settings are here on the left side. So you can see I'm using SendFox, I'm using this account with SendFox, this is the name of the list I'm using. Form title, you can change it in here, you can put in here. I've got just simply subscribe to the mailing list. And it's converting so well, I don't want to change it, okay? You could make it more elaborate, you could put in some fancy copywriting, but it's working. And if it's working, I don't care. I'm just going to leave it, okay? Redirect URL, so when they have confirmed, you can send them to somewhere. I'm sending them over to the blog post, okay? And here we can choose what settings we want to use. Do you want to show a phone number? Do you want to have their first name and last name, etc.? You can choose in here as well, okay? And you can choose from your account and your lists, etc. as well. Okay, so here's what's important about this. If you want to include the phone number, right now we don't have a way of doing any kind of verification for that. So you will have some people who are just filling in some characters on the keyboard just to get past that point, okay? You will get that. That happens sometimes. Equally, you will get some other people who are putting in their real telephone numbers, and that allows us to later do some SMS marketing. So we will connect or integrate with Twilio later, but for now we don't have that integration, but you can choose to collect phone numbers in the meantime anyway. So you can choose here what field you want to show. A lot of people like to show just the first name and the email. A lot of people believe the less you ask them to do, the more conversions you're going to get, or the higher conversions you will get. Okay, that kind of makes sense to a point. Okay, but once you have got this set up, when it will show the first time when somebody tries to use your Chrome extension, and it won't show again, okay? So once they have double verified, if they unsubscribe after that, you've lost them, but they can still use your Chrome extension. I might think about how we can make them re-opt-in later, but really the best way to do that is to keep nurturing them, okay? Keep nurturing them. You still probably have them on the push notifications. If you're using the push notifications, you've got calls to action here where you can maybe get them to opt in to another offer. You've got a couple of hyperlink optimization places in your app as well, where you can basically do some interlinking between your Chrome extensions, so they have to opt into another one. That way you get them back into your email list. Try and earn them rather than force them. Although we do the sort of forced opt-in at the beginning, once they have opted out, then we could force them back in, but I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think we can do it better. We can work in a higher quality way than that. That way, if they want to stay in, it's because they actually trust and like you, and they want to get those offers and stuff from you. Now the second part is the email subscribers. I will just go in here very, very quickly, and you can see we've got telephone numbers, first name, last name, email, etc. Exactly what you've asked for. Now, I don't want to spend too long in there because it's got people's names and stuff like that there. And that's basically how it can all work. I mean, it's really, really, really simple. There's nothing hard about this at all. When you are in your apps, you can edit at any time. So if I just come back into my app and I click on edit here, and I'm in the actual app editing area, I've got my actions over here. If I want to change anything, view my email subscribers or edit the email settings, I can do so from in here. Really stupid, simple stuff, but it's working, and it's working like gangbusters. Look at that. 345 people opted in just in 10 days, okay? Just in 10 days. 10 days is just finished. That's 34 people on average a day. 34 people on average a day is really huge, because that over a week, 34 times 7 equals 238 people in a week, okay? But anyway, 34 times 31 equals 1,000 people, 1,050 people, 1,054 people, I should say, in a month. Imagine you had 10 apps and you're building your email list at the rate of 10,000 people a month. In a year, how many people you have? 100,000? Wow. Crazy, crazy stuff. Okay, cancel it again. Do 30, oh, let's do that again. Where's my calculator gone? Come back. 34 times 365. If you did this over a year at the same rate, 12,400 from one app. If you got 10 apps, 124,000, yeah, that's powerful. It all comes down to the quality of what you have in here, because people can unsubscribe as well. You can see I've got very, very few people unsubscribing here. And it comes down to the topic that you choose, which we will go into in a lot of depth with webinar training for our members. Okay, so that's how we can set up the email settings, and it can get you massive, massive results. The only question you have when you see this kind of opt-in rate, when you see these kind of numbers, is how quickly can I do more of these? And if I was just a customer and I didn't have to do anything more, I'd probably have about 5 or 10 of these built already. It's that good, it's that impressive. I really just want to go and build an email list, but I've got work to do before I can go out there and spend time. And I need to make sure that you guys are all okay, so that will come. But what we will do in the members area, and we will have some case studies building probably constantly, and we can share and swap information about what is working as well. Anyway, thank you for watching.